Welcome back. You're still watching Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. And now to our interview with the guest of the day. I am joined by the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC in Benue State, Austin Agada, for discussion on politics in the North Central State and the APC's victory. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, Mr. Agada.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. It's about 12 days to the 2023 inauguration day. Fresh government, new dispensation. How will you describe the atmosphere in Benue State currently?
Yeah, the people are so happy that the government of the people they so desired would be sworn in on May 29th. So the atmosphere is full of happiness. The people are happy. The climate itself is also recognizing that there's a new order born out of the people's desire and wish. So they are happy and they are ready to see that they come true in their life.
So for you, having emerged as state chairman in 2021, what does this victory, what does it mean for you?
Yes, for me, the victory speaks a lot because when I emerged as chairman of APC in 2021, when I emerged as chairman of APC in 2021, we met a party that its victory first had been stolen away to PDP. If you recall, Tom came into power in 2015 under the platform of APC and eventually left and took that victory to PDP. So we met a party that was divided, a party that was angry that its mandate had been stolen, and all that. So there was this assurance by my coming in harmonizing the party, which we actually did, and ensuring that we bring back the party to the progressive family. It wasn't an easy thing, but our eyes were on the ball, and today we are proud that we've been able to do that. That is one of the things that has rekindled our hope and the hope of the Benue people, and of course the happiness in the change that you see today in Benue State.
All right. Now, the people of Benue State are expecting a new government from a different party. How excited are the people about the incoming administration?
Yes, they are excited because of the situation they found themselves in the states. Like you see, the secretariat you just showed now on screen was part of the achievement of my government. When we came in, we met a secretariat that was inhabitable. But we're able, out of nowhere, even a state with governor, haven't done what we did there by the renovation of that secretariat you just showed on the screen. So what we are saying in Benue is that the people are expecting a new form of system completely from the old order. And we are prepared as a party to give the needed support to the gentle Reverend Father that have been brought in to govern the state. And they are happy because, one, he is coming from a space that has to do with a background of Christianity, whereby people look at them or look at priests from a religious point, and people that are transparent, that are ready to give their all for the development of the state. Because it was as if the system was dead completely, governance was completely brought to its knees in the state. So there's a bit of a fresh air in Benue State. There is a renewed hope. And I'm sure that with what I have seen and with the readiness of His Excellency Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, I am telling you and I'm sure that we'll hit the ground running and will deliver the good dividends of democracy to the Nigerian people, to the Benue people first, and of course the Nigerian at large. Because you know that Benue people are in every part of this country. Wherever you go, you meet Benue people. So their welfare, as far as Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia is concerned, it's his utmost target and goal, and ensuring that the system is brought back into working, because everything is in this near collapse. The local government system is finished, the civil service system in the state is finished, and everything as far as governance is concerned in the state is dead as we speak to you today. So he knows the challenges, he knows what he's coming to face, the hopes are high, and I'm sure and I'm ready, and I can assure you that Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia will deliver the much expected desire and goal to the good people of Benue State.
All right, so still talking about expectations. As a state with overwhelming Christian population, what are the expectations of the people regarding the incoming administration of Reverend Father Alia?
Like you know, for us as a state, religion doesn't really matter to us as it is today, because we have seen where people that claim to be in the forefront for the body of Christ has brought the state to where it is today. What the state really wants is development. The state wants to move from the old order, and that was why you saw the level at which Benue, even being a Christian state, voted for a Bola Ahmed Tinubu and a Shettima's ticket. Whether Muslim or Muslim, it doesn't matter to them. For them, they have suffered. Even the man on the helm of affairs, as it is today, is a Christian that preached the Bible every time and said this about Christ. But was he able to give that dividends? Was he able to deliver? The answer is simply no. So for them, it is not whether Alia is a man of God or he is a Muslim. They have seen in him a man that is born from a desire, a sincere desire to bring the needed change. So they have bought into him, and they are happy that the APC provided the platform and gave him the ticket, that he has run for governor, he has won the election, and he will be giving them the needed dividends and ensuring that he turn around the fortunes of the state in no time.
All right. So I'm sure you know I asked that question because the governor-elect is not just a Christian, but a man of God. So it will be expected that the stakes are high this time. So Benue, being a PDP state, how are you able to get tremendous wins in the presidential, national and governorship elections?
Yes, the truth about it is that, like you know, the poor state of Benue as it is as regard governance, as far as the PDP-led administration of Otom is concerned. The abysmal performance of Governor Samuel Otom, of course, was one thing that gave the party 50% ahead of its elections. Benue was one state that everybody knows that if given the right tenants, that definitely we were going to win the election. And we did not miss word as a party. And that was why we looked into the arrays of the candidates that were contesting, and we were able to bring in one of the best, which is the man today that you have as governor-elect. So for Benue, we were not ready whatsoever to shortchange capacity or development for any form of sentiment. We have tried sentiment before in the case of Otom, and it never worked for Benue people. So what Benue were looking was who would give them that dividends of democracy, who would deliver, who would bring back. So they looked at an Aswaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a man with the model that he has done in Lagos, the ideas he has to fine-tune the state of Lagos to a world-class state today, or more or less a country. And of course, his running mate or his deputy, who is Shettima, that has been governor of Benue State before, a man bunch of ideas and initiative all through his period as governor of Benue State. So they saw the two combination of a developer, an architecture, a political constructor in the person of Ahmed Bola Tinubu, and an idealist, someone like Shettima. And of course, It fits. And that was what Benue wanted. Benue want development. They want to see the state move from where it is today to a state whereby it will be envious of everybody. And that was simply what they desired. And that was what they got in the election. So we were happy that we chose the right candidate for the election, and the Benue people knew what they wanted, and given the right candidate, both the presidential and the governorship, they went for them. And that is why you saw the huge success recorded in Benue State that has never happened in the political history of Nigeria before, whereby 3 Senate out of the 2, we got 2 Senate out of the 3 Senate of the states. Even the third one is in contention in court. And 10 House of Rep out of the 11, and numerous House of Assembly you can think of, over 20-something of it, overwhelming majority in the State House of Assembly, and of course the governor. That has never happened in the political history of Benue, and I stand to be challenged.
All right, so, Mr. Agada, Governor Alton continues to say he tried his best. And when it comes to backlog of non-payment of salaries, he says that the APC only capitalized on him moving to the PDP, and that the backlog of salaries was caused by the APC leadership, aided by the federal. How true is this?
That cannot be true. That is totally not true. Recall when Governor Tom was with us in APC. He tried to create a scenario where he made it look as if it was an APC thing that has made him not to be able to pay salary, which of course it has turned out today to the Benue people and Nigeria as a whole to know that it was not true, that the issue of non-payment of salary is part of his lifestyle and person. You can see today, even as a governor under the PDP, it has become worse than what it is in APC. For us as a party, we are in the history of Nigeria with all the whole trenches that Buhari gave, support that Buhari gave, in terms of clearing these salary backlogs. But it has turned out that it was practically impossible in the case of Benue. So only Tom has that answer to give as to how all through his period as governor, the resources and even the interventions from the federal government that came into the state, how he was able to manage that. That is an issue where he needs to answer for it. But the truth about it is that APC, the current administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, did all it could for Benue State, for him to be able to live up to that expectation. But he failed in that regard. So for me, it is something that have gone down in history with him as the worst governor ever. And I'm sure the civil servant of the state has it in their record that he is truly the worst governor that have never in any time looked into their welfare, even payment of their own basic salary, not to talk of their welfare. So he has that with history and civil servant as far as the state to contend with.
All right, so back to your party. There was a disagreement arising from the governorship primary and the governorship election. How is that being handled now?
Yes, we are able to put the people together. A lot of people came looking for the ticket of our party. Over 12 persons vied to be candidate of our party for the governorship. Yes, the party in its own wisdom went into vigorous consultations and campaign and arrived at Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia. Some did not take it lightly. Others did, knowing fully well that it can only be one person that can be governor at a particular time. But just like we had always said in our numerous meetings we were holding, we said the worst of any APC candidate vying for that seat was better than the best of the PDP. That was one bonding spirit that held us together. But of course, it did not go down well with a lot of people, someone like Senator Barnabas Gamade, Temba Shija, and co. that went into alliances with the PDP in ensuring that they scored our victory. Yes, of course, it is on record that Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, in the history of Benue, not just Benue, is the one with the highest number of pre-election litigations in court. But being God by his side and the side of the Benue people, were able to dismantle all of that. Up to the extent that even the president-elect today had to wade into it by talking to them, but they refused because, as at that time, they had the arrangement with the PDP and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. But the people stood their ground, and today we are in government and we have been able to deliver.
So talking about those names you have mentioned, there was this back and forth over suspension of these chieftains in the state. Tell us the true position of things at the moment.
Yes, the truth about it is that the Benue APC as a party, rising from their reports from their various world, petitions were written against these people from their various world, their anti-party activities, their connivance with the PDP-led government of Governor Samuel Otom, and all of that were the reasons why their people in their various wards and local government moved against them in recommending their suspension. And I called a meeting of all the whole 276 chairmen, local government party chairmen from the 23 local government, state working committee and non-working committee, the whole state executive, and we sat and we put it into a voice vote, considering their antecedents and the things they have been doing against the party. The people felt that it was not normal, because if this set of people could do this to the party and turn around and now start claiming they worked for the party, it was a dangerous and a bad precedent. Because how can they, in their own normal political sense and rights, someone, for example, like Barnabas Gamade today does not have an assembly member of APC. Labour Party won his local government. The House of Assembly member-elect today is from Labour Party. Other position, his polling unit, his ward, everything, he lost it down to his local government. That wasn't even enough. The anger of the people were even more anchored on the fact that even after the election that the people have won, he still went conniving with the same PDP that lost the election, Titus Ubah, that is the current speaker, to take Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia to court. So when the people read all these things, it was in the Congress of all these whole people that resolution were arrived. And then I put it in a voice vote, and the whole people rose up. You need to see the spirit that they use in rising up to say that these people should be suspended and recommended to the disciplinary committee to give reason why they should not be expelled from the party. It has nothing to do with Austin Agada or anybody.
All right, so you're confirming that these chieftains actually worked for Labour Party, or you just concluded because the Labour Party won the awards?
No, they actually worked in connivance. It is a well-known story in Benue. It is a well-known story everywhere across the state. Nobody would tell you that they worked for the party. If they had worked for the party, let me give you one example. Tell them, or tell Chief Barnabas Gamade to show one picture, one pictorial evidence where he went out to campaign for the party or to campaign for Bola Ahmed, Asuwaju, Tinubu, and Shetima to be president of this country, even if he does not like the face of Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, who is today the governor-elect. You know, so they never did. There is no compromise about them working for the party. They never worked for the party. And we are saying that even if you have not worked for the party, why turning around to now shortchange those that have worked for the party? It is painful. For me, I had one target to come in and bring back Benue back to the progressive family. And that I'm glad I have done. And of course, one of these measures that I try to bring are initiatives that will strengthen the party and will help the party for tomorrow. Yes, the more the merrier. The more the merrier. But of course, those that have not been part of this success story should also wait for others that have worked for this party to benefit from it. Then they can now come. That is what we are saying.
So do you think this will teach a good lesson to party members in the final analysis?
Obviously, yes. Because like we had always said, the party is supreme. If the party out of its own wisdom took a decision and said this is what they want, It is better they respect it. Even them, they know it themselves. You know, if I tell you what transpired in Benue, you'll be very shocked. Nigerians will be shocked as to what transpired.
Tell us.
Even Senator Barnabas Gabade knows how he was able to, how the short change he did to our candidates, even in the last elections. He knows it. I don't want to say it because he's on screen and he's another statesman, but within himself, he knows it. So if you don't do these things, what lessons are you teaching the other persons or the younger generations? Because by virtue of their act, if the party is quiet about it, it means you are telling the other numerous people that have worked for the party to also do same thing tomorrow. And I'm not prepared as a party chairman to lose the confidence and the support the people have given to us. So those lessons are so important. But of course, every this thing that comes with its consequences. If they say truly they are sorry, they did this, we are sorry about this, the party will reconsider them. The party will sit down and talk, because the more the merrier. If you did not work for the party today, it doesn't mean that tomorrow you won't work for the party. And that was why I went straight in bringing new initiatives and policies by saying that the era of the campaign should be over. Because even in a football match, a good coach should be able to know when to recruit members. And that is why we have put a stop at those that are willing to decamp to the party, so that those that have really worked for the party should be able to enjoy this party, at least to an extent, before those that would want to join should join, or to join in the next political electionary race, so that once you contribute your own quota to the party, you can also enjoy the dividends of what you have suffered for the party.
All right, well said. So, Mr. Agada, you know, winning election is one thing. Using the power well is another. So how confident are you about keeping a united party in government, especially with this trend of anti-party activities in your state?
Yes, that is why we are taking some of these measures. I can assure you that if these measures are not taken, it will bring to more dissolution in the party. And for me, as a person, I know the strength of our party today in the States. And I know what the people want. And that is what I am giving to them. Because you must come at every given time with an idea of every particular time. Every political time comes with its times, its seasons, and how you intend to move with that political year or time. And this is simply what I am doing. For us as a people, we are united, we are together. The mass majority of the people are together. And that is why you see the unprecedented results you saw in Benue. Except you think that those results were manufactured or does not matter to you. But if it matters to you, then you ask us again and again, how did we come about it? And we'll tell you. And that is why, for me, I appreciate so much the person of our president-elect today. Because he was confident. And he knew, he supported the party. He supported us. He knew even when people said we're not going to win, they wrote us off. They said that Benue was Labour Party, Benue is PDP. They boasted and said all sorts of things. But the president told our leader, Senator Dr. George Akume, that I believe in you, and I know you can make this thing happen for us. And he also translated those words to us, and today we have victory. The vice president-elect today, he was particularly about Benue. He was concerned, he was reaching out, he was supportive, and that was what we were getting in Benue, including the CBN governor today, Godwin Emefiele. On a particular and personal note, I cried to him, and he supported the state, and I'm happy, you know, that we had friends from outside the state that supported the party to make this thing happen. You have Jack Rich today. He supported the party in the state to make it happen. You have Barao, Senator Barao. They all rally around the state. Batere, all of them rally around the state to make this thing happen. And as a party chairman, I owe those gratitudes to them. And I appreciate them so much. So for me, as a party chairman, I am doing everything. I can assure you, from the 2 senators elect today of our party, they are confident, they are okay, to the 10 House of Rep members today of our party, to the over 23 House of Reps assembly members, to the governor and his deputy. They are all ready. We are working harmoniously with the leader of the party, Senator Dr. George Akume, who is the current Minister for Special Duties, and to every single stakeholder, as far as this party is concerned, they are all happy and we are working together in ensuring a more formidable party full of ideas that would ensure that the dividends of democracy is not left out for the people.
All right. I must say, it must have been a lot of work for you. But, Mr. Agada, let's take a break, and when we come back, this conversation will continue.